Hello boys and girls, welcome to another video. I hope you are all well. I thought I would do, it's kind of first impressions, but it's more so like a one brand challenge. It's a bit of a weird one brand. It's not one a lot of people have heard of. It's drugstore. It's actually by Superdrug. It's called Be Beauty. So that's the little logo, little bee. Yeah, I thought I would buy a full face of Be Beauty by Superdrug and test it out. So essentially the reason I thought it would be good to do this brand is because it is all vegan. I'm not entirely sure how good like drugstore brands are. I don't think Boots has a brand actually. I think it's just Superdrug. So I'm going out dancing tonight. I thought it would be a perfect opportunity to test out a full face of makeup. Now there are a few things that I couldn't get hold of that they'd run out of. For example, the concealer and the highlight as well, but that's okay. I picked up a few elf things which I know are also vegan. So I'm not straying from the theme. So let's get straight to it. Alright. Oh my god, I forgot. Wait for this, guys. Perfect. Now I can begin. So I already depackaged everything because if you watched my first video, my glossy box unboxing, you will know that packaging isn't my best friend. First of all, I have the Flawless Matte Foundation in shade W3. Oh, that's quite a decent amount. That comes out in one pump. Nice, that's quite a lot. I really hope this is my shade. I've got really rosy cheeks at the moment, so we'll just cover that up. Super yellowy, but that matches the rest of my body. The rest of me is like olive, and my face is just like bright red. Let's get that on my face. Blend it into my hairline. Blend it down my neck. It's gotta go right into my hairline. If you can't see my makeup in my scalp, then check my temperature or something because I'm probably sick. That's really quite nice. You can kind of see like all my pores, like it's kind of sinking into my pores. I don't know if that's the primer's fault or the foundation. It shouldn't be too bad when we set it. Just gonna go over the parts where I have some blemishes. I'm gonna pat, not swipe, just so that we don't end up with any brush marks. I'm really happy with that. Okay, so concealer is one of the things I couldn't pick up. So I just got the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer in shade Medium Sand. Whoa, that's a big doe foot. Right, I'm just gonna lather this beneath my eyeballs. Oh, I don't know if I like how that applies. It's very difficult to like control. And I'm just gonna prime my eyelids with it as well in preparation for my eyeshadow. Gonna get right up into my cheekbones so that I can highlight with it too. Although it's not actually that light. Again, it's very yellow. But it's not actually that light. I didn't want my beauty blender. Ugh, okay, let's go. Oh, I can already tell that that's oxidized a lot. And it dries down. It dries down very quickly. Holy moly. At least I know it's not budging. Yeah, it feels like kind of like paint on my, you know, when paint dries down. I mean, I don't want it to crack like paint. Oh my god, that is really thick. Right, I'm just gonna highlight the rest of me. This is my forehead, my chin, my nose. I'm gonna go in with that before it dries down. Contour. So I have the Sculpt and Highlight Contour Stick So this does have a highlight. Is that? Oh, it's shimmery. So it has a highlight, a shimmer highlight. But I don't often use stick highlights. I almost always use this bad boy. This has lasted me years. The Too Faced Cocoa Contour Chisel to Perfection. I've always just used powder to contour. So I'm not entirely sure how I'm gonna manage this. Just gonna contour. Really don't know what I'm doing. Do with this brush, my Real Techniques buffing brush. It also buffs out to a much like, I was expecting it to be a lot more cool tone, but as it buffs out it gets more warm. I quite like that. Oh, forgot my nose. Imagine if I just walked out like this. Just gonna take the tip of the brush. Yeah, this blends out really nicely. Okay, so I'm just gonna set with the B Beauty Makeup Setting Powder. It's just a translucent powder by the looks of it. My Eco Tools brush. Ooh, it's super brightening. Oh, not when you blend it out. I think the look B Beauty is going for is like that super like Insta photo makeup. So like really quite full coverage, really matte kind of looks. Do you know what? I'm going out dancing. I might get a few pictures. I'm just gonna go full out. I did get a Sculpt and Highlight Kit. This actually comes free at the moment when you spend £10 on B Beauty. It's quite cool toned. They did have another like combination. So this comes with like a kind of pinky shimmery highlight and then like a cool toned contour shade. Oh my god, the lighting is so rubbish in this room. Just gonna go over exactly where I contoured with the stick. Just like really loose circles, holding it like at the end of the brush so I can get those movements. I'm just gonna get kind of like a small fluffy brush just to get my schnoz right up to the eyebrow. Doing a nose contour is always kind of awkward for me because I kind of like have a dip in my nose right here. It doesn't go straight upwards because I have a bit of a bridge. It's always been a tad awkward. Right at the bottom. For some reason, I think that nose contour stick has made my nose quite pink. Almost as if it's taken off the foundation again. Just gonna get a bit of foundation, just kind of blend it, and then I'm just going to do what I was just doing with the powder contour. I'm just going to buff it out with a bigger brush so it's not too obvious that I have contoured my nose. So I completely forgot to get a bronzer, but luckily I have my new fave, my Arbonne bronzer, just to warm me up. Cool. Blush. I had a few blushes actually in a few different colours, but they were all quite pink toned. Oh my god, I can't get into it. Oh, there's tape on it. I thought I'd done this already. There we go. That wasn't so bad. They were all quite pink toned, but I picked up this kind of very shimmery. It's like a pinky peachy. Just gonna dip into that. See what happens. Very shimmery, and I can't really see the colour. It's just kind of making my cheeks shiny. No, I'm not gonna put any more of that on because I don't just want the centre of my cheeks to be shiny. I want some colour. Okay, I'm just, ooh, am I in the middle anymore? Okay, I'm just gonna use my favourite blusher, my Bare Minerals Gen Nude in Peachy Keen. This is a nice matte blusher, and I know I like it because it's absolutely stunning. And I'm just gonna go warm up my cheeks a bit. Oh my god, it literally made my cheeks so shiny. Yeah, I'm gonna try and matte that up. I really don't like that. I don't want my cheeks to be the center of attention. Just dipping back in with the translucent powder. Just trying to sort out this intense shine I've got going on in my cheeks now. I really did not like that blush. It just kind of looks like I've got layers and layers and layers and layers of makeup on now, right in the center of my face, which is not the look I was going for. Hopefully it'll be dark in the club so no one will be able to see. I've already got like major creasing around my mouth as well, like major creasing. Oh, I hope this looks better in photos than it does in real life. I think I'm just not used to wearing so much makeup. I don't think my skin is like accepting makeup because I often don't wear any. Okay, so B Beauty also didn't have any eyeshadow palettes, but they did have these really gorgeous loose pigments. So I just picked one up in like a gorgeous gold shade because I thought at Christmas time like a gold shimmer would be really, really pretty. The shade is called Glamouflage. I'm gonna try and recreate a look I did for a night out in Newcastle a couple of weeks ago, but it was quite difficult. So we'll see how it goes. And also, like I said, they didn't have any eyeshadow palettes, so I'm just gonna use my trusty Naked palette, Naked 2. But I'm only going to use a couple of shades from it and then I'm going to dip into the loose pigment. So I'm going to be really ballsy, dip into black, because I want to go for like a really dramatic look, kind of to distract from the fact that my entire face is creasing up. Okay, this is probably quite dangerous purely because I know there's a little bit of fallout with this palette and I don't have anything to catch the fallout. So we'll just have to trust that it'll dust away afterwards. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pack that into the corner of my eyelid. And I'm kind of gonna half do where I would draw my eyeliner. Just to the center of my lid. And then I'm gonna continue upwards diagonally kind of towards the end of my brow. I love the Urban Decay palettes because they're all so pigmented. Like, look how intense that black is already and I've not even gone over it. I'm just gonna kind of make it thicker and thicker. I don't want it to go up too far. And then I'm gonna take the shade Tease. There's only 3 mattes in this palette. You're gonna see like how disgusting this palette is because it's been loved to say the least. This shade here, Tease, the matte shade, right there. And then I'm just gonna kind of apply it around the outside of where I applied the black, kind of like a transition. I'm doing like really light. It's kind of a cross between a tap and a swipe. It's like these really small tappy swipey movements. And this is when like you will definitely see the black kind of blending away, becoming less intense. And I'm just gonna go all the way around the outside. I'm just gonna continue doing that. I'm gonna take the shade Tease and kind of take it under my eye a little bit as well. Gonna kind of keep going until the blend is seamless between the black and the other colour. And then just so I don't look crazy, I'm just gonna take a clean brush and just blend the outer edges. Yeah. And then I just kind of go over the steps just to make the colours a little bit more intense because like I said, the black faded a little bit as we blended the other shadow around the outside. and I want it to be nice and intense. And I'm going to focus more on the inner corner of my lid rather than up here. And then just blend. With looks like these that kind of come from the lid outwards, you've got to be really careful of the shape of the crease in your lid, because often when you're like doing your eyeshadow like this, as soon as you go to how your eye is normally, with the crease it might look completely different, especially if you've got quite hooded eyes. I'm going to go off camera and kind of carry on doing this until it's perfectly blended, because you guys are going to be bored silly watching me do that. And then while I'm at it, I'm going to do the other eye as well, and then come back to you with the pigment. Okay, so in the time I was off camera, I not only did my other eye, I went under my eyes as well. But the fallout was a lot more extreme than I anticipated. It went all over my nose, all down my cheeks, and it did not brush away. So I ended up taking off my whole face of makeup and doing it all again, which I'm not incredibly mad at, because it simply meant that I knew not to put as much concealer on, to blend it in straight away, not to use that god-awful blusher, to not contour my nose with the contour stick, only the powder. Now I know how to use the makeup. Second time around, it's a lot easier. What I am gonna do, I am gonna get the highlight side of the contour stick. This may or may not work. And I'm just gonna kind of scribble it on my middle finger. And why did I do it on my left hand? And I'm just gonna dab that in the portion of my eyelid that I didn't use the black on. And I'm just gonna kind of carefully blend that upwards into the space between my eyelid and my eyebrow. Not too much though. And we are gonna put the pigment on top of this, so it doesn't have to be like super neat. So I'm just gonna get the cute little pigment and I'm just gonna pop it in the lid. Kind of looks like soil. And I'm just gonna get a flat brush, dip that in there, please work. And I'm just gonna pat this onto where I just applied. Oh wow. It's a lot darker than I thought, but it's super pretty. Okay, I am gonna go off camera, do the other eye, put some liner and lashes on, and I will be right back with you. Okay, just while my lashes are going tacky, I thought I might as well talk about the liner and the mascara that I use. So they are both B Beauty. The Defining Duo Liner, like with this, so you get kind of like a felt tip kind of vibe. It's a little bit watery almost, like not runny, but it's just, it looks very dilute, but it's not very black. And then this side is kind of like a weird, like it's not a brush, it's also felt like the other side, but it's just kind of longer and it's kind of floppy. And that side is a lot more black. I much preferred that side, even though it's a little bit more difficult to control. And the mascara is really good. I really like the mascara. I think I'd use this on the daily. Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was good. It's good for under lashes, definitely. Okay, my lashes are on. I am using the, oh my gosh, what are they? LA Splash lashes in the style Gatsby, I think. They're not too intense, but they're like just fluffy. They're just kind of, you know. Brows. This was another thing I didn't manage to pick up. They didn't have any brow pencils, but I'm not too fussed because I don't really use that anyway. But I did pick up the e.l.f. I had this a couple of years ago, I think. It's just kind of got a brow gel and a lash gel, one on either side. It's a duo. I'm just gonna dunk into the brow gel. Oh my god. Just brush that through my brows. there's a lot of product. Like, my brow is now wet and it doesn't appear to be sticking that well either. I'm just gonna use my finger to press it down, see if that does much. Yeah, my brows are just wet and I don't think it's stuck them where I want them. Oh well, I'm not that fussed because, like I said, my brows aren't, like, especially with a dramatic eye look like this, you don't really want an intense eye and an intense brow, you know, so the more natural the better, I guess. Okay, highlight. That's another thing I didn't manage to pick up. They just did not have a highlight whatsoever, so I picked up the e.l.f. one. They did have a highlight palette. In fact, I think they had two, but this little single was actually screaming my name because it just looks absolutely stunning. There is actually a highlight in this Sculpt and Contour kit that B Beauty do, but it's more sparkly and I kind of want blinding, if that makes sense. Like, I'd much rather a shimmer than a sparkle, a gleam. And this by e.l.f., it's called Moonlight, and it just looked absolutely perfect for what I wanted. And I think I'm gonna apply it wet to my cheekbones, just because that's the place I kind of want it to be like, you know. So I'm just gonna get my Arbonne setting spray and just wet my brush a little bit. I'm just gonna dunk in there. I don't know if anything's coming off. This is one of those times where I'm gonna like keep digging for product and then there's actually gonna be loads on there. Ooh, that's nice. It's not as blinding, actually. The more I apply, yeah, that's just becoming more and more intense as I keep going. I'm just gonna keep on at it. Yeah, that's nice. Just gonna get a smaller brush and highlight my inner corner. I can't wait to have a ring light so you can see my highlight pop better. Cupid's bow, my brow bone, and then just a tad above my eyebrows. But just a little bit, because that's where I break out and I don't want to emphasize. I'm gonna cheat a little bit and I'm gonna go and grab my Collection Clear Lash mascara, go through my brows again. I can't live without it. It's just, nothing will compare. It just does so much. Just makes my brows so much fluffier. Just realized why everything is shadowed. It's this stupid ear that's in the shadow of my light. Okay, finally, lips. So I picked up this really cute nude called In the Buff, and it's quite a brownie nude, but that's okay. It's very, it is very brown, it's quite chocolatey, but I didn't really want a lip that would jump out so much purely because I am wearing such an intense eye look. Dries down real quick. I'm not sure if I like that brown. It's a weird like caramelly color. Like, it's a color that I don't believe belongs on a lip, if you get what I mean. I think I'm gonna change it. It applied really nicely though. I have no complaints about that. Do you know what? I think I am actually gonna go back in with the lip I used yesterday. I'm not sure whether my Arbonne video will go up before or after this, but I did an Arbonne testing video, and this nude in the duo that comes with the Comet Festive Beauty set, it's such a gorgeous color. I'm just gonna go off camera and do it so that I can do it in a proper mirror, and I'll be right back with you. I just think this color is just to die for, really. Right, I'm just gonna go in with the Arbonne Let It Spread Refreshing Finishing Spray. Okay, I'm just going to do a final shot. So I'm going to move in just a tad closer. I really hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Give it a big thumbs up and please subscribe. I really hope to see you again. Have a good one, guys.